Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're seeing this. Youth workers, youth pastors, youth directors, youth volunteers, if you're looking at this. Hey, today we're going to address something that I know a lot of us think about and struggle with. We sometimes don't plan for it on the front end of something, and then we regret it at the back end, and it sometimes causes us frustration, time, and expense. And here's this. It's communicating about our events and what's going on in our youth ministry with parents and students. So communication is a big deal. We're going to talk about it today. Check it out. All right, before we begin, I just want to mention first, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notifications button, that little tiny bell down beneath there to get notifications so you know when we post new content. And we just really appreciate you guys taking the time to invest in yourselves and your ministry through this YouTube channel. Again, there's more content coming all the time. What I've discovered is that you guys really love game ideas and game tutorials. So we're going to post some more of those in the next few weeks, including next week we're going to post one called Snake, about a game I actually created. Our kids love it. Low materials, low time and prep, high energy, and a lot of fun. And so you guys can check that out coming up next week. So please make sure you share this with your friends. We are about 30 or so subscribers away from the next giveaway. So make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. So tips for communicating with parents and students. I know this is a frustration. You put a lot of time and effort into an event. You even create a really great graphic. You get your volunteers set, and then there's low turnout. And you think, well, what did I do? Was it communication? Parents like, I didn't know it was happening, because I didn't know that was happening. How do you avoid that stuff? Because you spend time and you even spend money putting effort into these events, and then you get low turnout. So here's some tips and tools for communicating with parents and students. First is you have to do it multiple ways. Credit to Craig Groeschel and lifechurch.tv. There's an article I'll post in the show description about 7 touches that they use to communicate, and they use 7 touches on everything. And so when I say use multiple things, I mean Facebook, Instagram, mailer, email, word of mouth announcement, flyer, whatever you need to do, posters in a local store. It takes all different kind of things, because not everyone learns or takes information in the same way. You may have a limited amount of people on a certain social media platform, but you hit them with others, so it takes a lot of different things. So let's go over those piece by piece. First is social media. Social media is a great way to advertise stuff. If you have a Snapchat, that works great. Facebook groups are great. I would promote that you make your page public, so people who don't go to your church and kids who don't go to church can still see it, because if someone likes it or tags it or shares it, it can be shared outside the group. Now, I know people say that kids don't use Facebook. According to recent studies, that's actually not true. It's actually one of the top 5 platforms that kids still use, but also their parents use it, and so that's really important to get information to parents. We post our weekly parent email on our Facebook page, so they can click and link to that and they can share it with their friends. And it's a great way to get just sort of word of mouth recognition for that event getting out there. Instagram's a great way. Word of warning on Instagram: don't just post event photos and flyers, graphics to your Instagram. If you go through your Instagram profile and it's just the graphics for these different events, different things, that's boring. It doesn't promote life. It doesn't tell a story. So as you're promoting events, use actual pictures. Tell the story of the event to share why people should care about coming to your event. It's really important. You can share the graphic. Absolutely do that. Gets people excited. But make sure it's more than one layer. Snapchat's a great way. Just take a snap of the Snapchat story, send it around, tag people in it. That's a great way to do that. Also, Instagram polls, and I'll put, if you look up here, you can see an Instagram polls tutorial I did about how to get your kids involved in that. And you can let them even plan part of the event. We let them choose games, let them choose worship songs, all kinds of crazy stuff via Instagram polls. So that's social media. Use multiple platforms. Email. Most kids don't check email regularly, so I don't email students, but I do email parents regularly. We use MailChimp to do that. It's very effective. Now, what I will say about that is very effective means only about half of the people read it. I have been able to increase that a little bit by sending text reminders to our parent group. Hey, there's a new email in your inbox, go look for it and check out information. So they know when it's coming. But still, even about half, maybe if I get 60% readership on a single email campaign, I feel really good. So that's one way. Mailers. Don't discount a postcard. People still advertise via direct mail because it's effective. Put a postcard for an event or something that's important coming up in the mail. It can be cheap and easy to do. You don't want to do a mailer for everything because then it just becomes junk mail and people actually resent that. But if something they can put up on their fridge, that's a great way to keep a constant reminder in their home. Then, if you can get your pastor, senior pastor, whoever does announcements, to do a platform announcement, that is incredible. That's a great way to do it. It tells the life of the church that something's happening in youth ministry, and so it creates kind of a buzz, and that's really important. Now, sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes your churches don't do platform announcements. That's fine. That's just one other area. The other way is the church bulletin. Now, regular members don't look at the church bulletin as often as you think. It's mostly new people who are newer to the life of your church, who check out the bulletin because they feel that's the best place to get in touch with the information that they need. So recognize that when you gear up a bulletin announcement, it's really geared toward newer families and newer students. The third thing, it's like the eighth thing, but your church website. If you have a page on the church website, keep it updated, keep it fresh. Make a link to a Tumblr or a Shutterfly account where you've got pictures or your Facebook account. Make sure it's updated and fresh and use that way. So it takes all those different things, and don't even discount a flyer going home. Like, you're gonna find them on the floor after youth group. You're gonna oh, no one took it home. It's ended up in the back of the car, but some kids took it home. Okay, someone did. And when you put all those things together, you've created a communications package that you can use to promote events. Now, here's what I would say. Before you do all that, let's say you got an event coming up next month. Sit down and make a little calendar for yourself of when you want to do what. Maybe you do an Instagram teaser with a portion of the graphic and say, hey, guess what's coming on this date, whatever. Like, oh, what's going on? And then it becomes a month out, you're starting to put it in the parent email. And then the next week, you're going to make a vocal announcement about it in youth group. 2 weeks later, you're going to have announcements about it in church and in the bulletin. So plan it out so that you know and when things are going. Plan it out systematically, strategically for the life of your church. But also it helps you keep on track, making sure, oh, I forgot to promote that event. It's tomorrow. And then you're not frustrated because you spent time and money on an event that got low turnout. So make sure you communicate in multiple different ways. If you have questions about it, leave a comment. Or if there's a way that I think that, or you think that I missed, and you want to share that with everyone else, comment below, and we can all share that together. Again, I'm praying for you guys. You guys are going to do awesome. I know that student ministry is hard, especially this time of year. It's starting to get cold, and the weather's bad. You got kids busy with school, and all those frustrations are coming on you. But don't quit. Don't quit. Even if you get frustrated with communication, people aren't listening, they're not reading your emails, they're not answering your texts, don't quit. Okay, so make sure you hang in there. You're doing a great job, and you're doing really, really, really important work. All right, God bless you guys. Have a great time.